What's up everyone, Carter here. I'm with the Milo, 19-year-old 6-figure Amazon seller, and in today's video we're gonna break down exactly how you can start selling on Amazon as a complete beginner. And before we get into those exact steps, Milo, well, a lot of new viewers that might not know who you are. Do you want to give a quick minute to talk about yourself, kind of how you got started selling on Amazon and what you've been able to accomplish so far?
What's up guys, my name is Milo Kubicek. I'm 19 years old. I've been selling on Amazon for about a year now, and I started off selling books and we slowly moved up to bulk. So right now I pretty much run a bulk book operation, and that's worked pretty good for me so far.
So Milo, you're 19 years old right now. When did you start selling on Amazon, and what kind of numbers have you done in sales so far?
So we started about a little bit over a year ago. Obviously the beginning is always rough, you know, finding out what works best for you. Of course, those first few months, you don't always start out going full speed and getting a lot of sales. So we've done about 150,000 in used books so far on Amazon. I figured out that's kind of what starts good for me. It's a great entry level. It doesn't cost that much to get into it, and it's very scalable once you find out what works best for you. We just moved up to bulk probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and kind of just now getting the hang of it. Last month or two, we've done around 20,000 in sales in the last few months. We finally figured out our niche, what we kind of want to go after, and it's just about being consistent.
So now that we've introduced Milo, let's go ahead and get into the exact steps that you need to take. So step number 1 is obviously you need to create your Amazon Seller Central account. We're not going to dive too deep into this, but as you know, there's 2 different seller plans on Amazon. There's an individual seller plan, a professional seller plan. I would recommend using the professional seller plan. It's $40 per month, and it has a few more beneficial features that I recommend you paying up a little bit for, especially when you're starting out. And that process doesn't take too long. Amazon just wants to verify your identity, your address, a little bit more information about you before they allow you to sell on your platform. So that's step number 1. So step number 2 to selling on Amazon is you want to select your business model. Now there's a ton of different models. I know Milo's tried a few. There's reselling, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, drop shipping. Milo, in your experience, for someone who's just getting started on Amazon, what business model would you recommend?
Well, as a beginner, I would totally suggest doing used books. You know, you get to put in some of the manual work, going to thrift stores, sourcing the books, kind of figuring out the whole process of how, once you find a profitable book, what to do with it, how to send it into Amazon, how to create shipments, and get it really into Amazon and get it active on Amazon.
100%. In my opinion, reselling is by far the cheapest business model for a beginner to get started with. Like I said, Milo started with used books route on Amazon. I started selling used books on Amazon. It's a very cheap model to get started with. Then you can kind of work your way up from there. You've got your retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, a couple more business models that require a little bit more capital, but are also a little bit easier to scale. So by far the easiest business model for beginners is reselling, but you can choose whichever one you want. That brings us to step number 3, which is product research. So after you have your Amazon seller account set up and verified, and you've chosen your business model, now you have to go about the process of actually finding profitable items to add to your Amazon business. So Milo, I know you started with reselling, selling used books. Do you want to talk a little bit more about what goes into the process as far as finding profitable books? Like, what app do you use? Do you have a scanner to help you scan more items? Where are you finding these books from? Do you want to quickly break that down for someone who's maybe just learning about it?
So when I first started, I actually used a software called Scout IQ. It's a software you can download on your phone. It's an app, and it's a monthly based subscription, which does not cost that much. You could use your camera on your phone to scan books, or if you would like to be more efficient, you can buy a Bluetooth bar scanner off of Amazon. It's around $20, $30, $40, and it will speed up your productivity a ton. Some of the locations that we actually had a lot of success in finding used books would be such as a thrift store, like a Goodwill, or even garage sales, or you can even post ads on like Facebook and different marketplaces saying, hey, free book pickup. A lot of these people, they just want to clean out their house, liquidate a bunch of books. So you can post ads like that, and then that's a great way to get started because you get a lot of free books, and some could be very profitable.
And that's a perfect breakdown. It also really depends, on what business model you choose. A private label business model on Amazon is very different from reselling, but reselling, you have a lot more opportunities. You can go to places like thrift stores, garage sales. You can even start reselling stuff around your house. You can go to places like retail stores, Walmart, Target. The whole business model of reselling is just buy low, sell high, so that leaves you with a lot of opportunities. Now, what kind of items would you recommend resellers start for outside of books? Because there are certain categories, certain brands on Amazon that are restricted and gated for new sellers. Were there any other categories or products that you had success with outside of books?
So I had a lot of success selling seasonal items or even toys, or even just going to your clearance aisles in your stores, just going and scanning all the products and try to find something profitable there. Or I highly suggest new sellers to join like a BOLO group, like the Selling Fastlane. They offer a bunch of awesome, great deals to go look for and leads and a lot of great products out there you can always find. But if you'd like to outsource your time, join great BOLO groups.
So just like Milo said, I actually have my own online community called the Selling Fastlane. In our community, we help brand new Amazon sellers get started, and we also help current Amazon sellers grow their top line revenue. And how do we do this? Well, essentially, just like Milo said, we have team members and I actually post product leads in the community. So we let you know what that item is, what store you can find it at, what it costs, and what it's currently reselling for back on Amazon. And obviously for newer sellers or sellers that are looking to grow, being able to not have to spend any time on product research and have a lead posted directly on your screen that you can take advantage of and make money from has been super beneficial for our members. And also we provide just more than leads. You know, we have a whole channel dedicated to helping our members get ungated in different categories and brands. And also there's 500 plus Amazon sellers in our community that you can network with, ask questions with, and learn from. So if you want to check out that Discord, all you have to do is click the link below in the description of this video and use coupon code YouTube, all caps, to get 50% off your first month. Now that leads us to step number 4, is that you need to actually list your item on Amazon so you can sell it. So let's say, you know, you found your first couple of items, let's say you found a book, you can show them the book. We found this book for $1 and it's selling for $20. Okay, Carter, how can I sell it on Amazon? And there's 2 different ways you can sell an item on Amazon. There's one that's known as FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon, and FBM, Merchant Fulfill, which is you. So Milo, do you want to talk a little bit more about the difference between FBA and FBM and maybe what's worked best for you?
FBA is pretty much fulfillment by Amazon. So you would pretty much, once you find your item, you would list it on your software, you'd put an F and SKU on your item, and then you put it in a box, and then you would send it off to Amazon. Once it gets to Amazon, they'll store your product until it sells, and then they'll mail it out and do all the logistics for you. And the second option is fulfilled by merchant, which is pretty much where once you find your item, you do all the logistics yourself. Once you find it, you'll pretty much list it on Amazon, and once it sells, you'll mail it out, which is great for like seasonal items that you kind of have a deadline when you would want to sell this item. You want to kind of get it posted on Amazon and get it sold as fast as possible.
So as you can see, there's kind of a lot going behind this, and Milo, if you want to scoot to the side, we're actually inside Milo's warehouse, which is in his garage right now. And he has how many books back here?
So this is probably around 1,300 to 1,500 books
and this
active on Amazon.
This isn't even all the books that he has in his warehouse, just the section that we set up to record the video, but he's got all. Do you want to talk a little bit more about like the setup here, why the books are organized like this?
So each book we pretty much categorize, so if the book sells, we know how we can find it fast and efficient. So this is pretty much shelf A, shelf B, and we have shelf A1, shelf A2, shelf A3, and so on. So pretty much you want to stay organized whenever you're running a business. So we would pretty much just list the book A1, 1, and then so on all the way. So once you go on Amazon Seller Central, say this book sold, you can just go to your orders tab, look in your SKU, and you see exactly where that book's at. You'd come in here, grab the book, and then pack it and then ship it off.
Now obviously that's really next level stuff. Like Miles said, there's over 1,300 books back there, and as a beginner you're probably like, Carter, why do I need to know that? Well, if you want to get to that next level, this is the kind of, you know, ideas, these are the strategies that you need to be implementing. But it's really cool to dive deep into someone's business. Someone is young, 19 years old, who has 1,300 different items on Amazon, but that was a pretty cool little tour. So that leads us to step number 5, which is what do you do after your item sells, Carter? Now, obviously it depends on how you sold your item. What I mean by that is, did you sell it FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, and once you sell it through FBA, Amazon's gonna handle all the shipping, handling, and customer service. Now, if you had a merchant fulfilled order, then you have to go through the process of actually shipping that item yourself. So you're gonna take obviously your item, you're gonna put it in something that you can ship it in. So maybe like a poly mailer or a bubble mailer. You're gonna take the dimensions, the weight, purchase the postage, and then ship it to your customer. And that leads us to step number 6, which is feeding the beast, sending as much items as you can to Amazon. Basically, step 6 is steps 1 through 5 repeated as many times as possible. The whole goal is to be able to find, buy, list, and sell as many items as you can, as often as you can, to grow your revenue and obviously make more profit. Well, I know a lot of you are gonna have some questions. Milo said that he's open to answer any questions that you guys might have, you know, regarding starting on Amazon, you know, selling used books. Milo, where can they find out a little bit more about you?
So my Instagram is Milo Kubicek, no spaces, underscore, so Milo Kubicek underscore.
So if you guys want to check out his Instagram, slide his DMs, ask him some questions, and just learn a little bit more about his business model selling on Amazon, click link below in the description of this video and follow him on Instagram. Anyways, that is it for today's video. If you have any questions regarding anything I went over in this video, feel free to comment below. I'll do my best to get back to as many comments as I can. If you got any value from this video, please smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more content just like this on how you can create an additional stream of income online, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all in the next video.